Hello. I'm a little sad because I already recorded some of this and then it said that I didn't have any more storage. I am sad, but that's okay. I was kind of rambling anyways. So we just gotta start from the beginning. How are we? How is everyone? Welcome to November. So yeah, this past weekend was Halloween for us, and we kept it really simple, I think. And we just hit up our neighbors. They gave him some treats, and then we threw a little party with some really close friends. Sorry, I'll sit still. And I made cupcakes and pumpkin bread and punch with adult beverages on the side if the adults wanted to add a little something to their punch. Sorry, my phone just beeped in my pocket. And then I also dipped some pretzels in white chocolate and took marshmallows and drew little faces on them with an edible ink. And the kids got to make their own skeletons, which was really cute, and they got to eat them. We played tic-tac-toe using little pumpkins as the X's and O's. We did marshmallow toss, and I just had them throw marshmallows at little cups that had like points on it. And you can see the spider web right here. we had pinned the spider on the web, and we cut out little spiders and it's fine. Put little glue dots on them, and so yeah, it was a lot of fun. We only had 4 kids total, so it was good. And then I took just plastic Solo cups, painted it black, and then glued like strips of gauze and googly eyes onto the cups and made little mummy cups and filled those with candy, so each of the kids got to take home. Oh no, what do you have? Whatever. Kennedy had a piece of paper, Eisenhower had my bookmark, whatever. My big boy is bored. He wants to play, and because I'm not playing with him, he's being destructive. So he's getting in the candy bucket. Anyways, pin the tail on the donkey, pin the spider on the web, made little spiders, spun the kids around with blindfold on. But no, it was good. It was fun. We had a great time. I was a little hungover yesterday. I might have had a little bit more adult beverages than I should have, but you know what? It's fine. But because of that, because it was such a busy week, my husband and I also went and voted, and that took us an hour. It's not as bad as some of places where I've seen people are waiting in line for like 5+ hours, but we did vote. We went and voted early and took our son and waited, and it was cold, but we did it. But because of that, because we were out and about and running errands and working, I just didn't stitch as much as I did like the week before. So when I put in 900 stitches on that one piece, no, I didn't do that at all this time. Like, I think I was lucky if I did maybe 300 stitches total across like all of my projects. So yeah. But let's talk about progress that I made, and then let's talk about plans, because with November is a new month, which means in all of the groups I'm in, we have so many new challenges and tasks, and let's just jump in. I don't know what that was. So first things first, if you are also in Virtual Stitchers, you might have seen that I posted this, but I finished thistle. All of that for it to be upside down. That's just my luck. But look at her. It's so exciting. Yeah, just... What's cat hair? The price you pay with pets and crafts. But she's done. She's done. I need to iron her. and then I'll mount her on some sticky board, and then I will give her to her recipient. But I'm really thrilled for how she turned out. She was my first Mirabilia ever, my first time doing 1/1 and skin and all of these kinds of designs. So I'm really excited with how she turned out, and I'm so thrilled because, you know, when you're doing it and you don't know what you're doing, or this is the first time, you're like looking at it and you're questioning yourself and you're like, what did I get myself into? But I think she looks so good. And I'm just so happy because the skin, I'm telling you, the skin was rough. I definitely questioned myself a lot when I was doing the skin of like, I don't know. Because I did the skin on her thighs and then on her face and arms 1/1, and including her mask, because I'd seen that the details come across better, and I think, and that's totally true, they did. And I did the mask 1/1 as well because it called for all of the greens in that section, and I just was afraid with it being surrounded by the 1/1 in the face that the mask wouldn't look right 2/2. Like having them all crammed up in there. Plus, where the skin changes, you can see these are two different colors. Where the skin, where it would be like shadows, the pattern calls for one strand of the lighter color and one strand of the darker color, and you do a blend along that like middle line, so it's supposed to help with like the shadows and the transitioning. But when you're doing 1/1, so basically I just made a copy of the pattern, and everywhere where the symbol was for the blended color, I just took a pencil and very lightly just would like trace down. I just followed the course of her body shape and marked that out with a pencil. So everything on this side belonged to that color and everything on that side belonged to that color. And I think it turned out really well. It got really tedious at one point, and trying to keep that straight in my head and the counting was not fun, but I think it was worth it. Yeah. Then got piercing with strings. Really didn't get that much done on this one. I didn't even put 200 stitches in on this guy. I think I'd have more of I think I have the S, the I, and the A, and that's about it. It's coming. And then I do have a new start, and I'm gonna go ahead and apologize because I don't have any like fabric clips or fabric holders or grime guards. So I have bunched up all of my excess fabric using binder clips. And yes, it is horrendous and awful, I know. Don't judge me. It's bad. It's really bad, I know, but because there's so much fabric here. What size is this? This is I ordered a 17 by 26. And I did that intentionally because I wanted to get as many of these on the same fabric. So, you know, this is November, I also have December and January's, and I want to try and put them pretty much on the same fabric so that they look similar, and then cut them out. And so I just started in the bottom right corner with November. I almost said December. With November, and I figured as they get done, like I will undo more of the thread and space them out, and then they're all together, and then I can cut them out and do all that business. But that's why, ta-da! It's awful, I know. But look, I didn't get too far. I know all of this white that was 100 stitches exactly. I don't remember. It's like 7, 7, and 5, so whatever. I could do that math. I don't feel like doing that math. But you know, so not 200 stitches, not quite, but it's coming along really nicely. I've figured out that whilst I love the color of this fabric and I know it's going to look great on here, I don't like stitching on this fabric. It is a pain in the ass. I like to sit on my couch and stitch, and I really can't do that with this fabric because I am struggling to see the holes if the light's not good enough. So I'm having to sit at my desk at my computer, like in my computer chair with my desk lamp on pretty bright, and then have like a white piece of paper down here and like hold it just right like this so that the light shines through and the paper gives it a white background so I can see the holes. And it's a little tedious and a little obnoxious, but I'm glad the designs really aren't that big. But there's the progress I've made. That's what I've got. I never did find the ginger snap for the Gentle Arts thread. Nowhere had it in stock that I could find. And I just didn't feel like waiting anymore to get it in. So I did a conversion and looked up what the conversion would be. And so it said that DMC 3826 works for the ginger snap. So that's just what I'm doing. But I did have the chalk, so I am using the chalk. Just not the ginger snap, but that's okay. Now, let's talk about November plans. So, I've got my laptop over here, so don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just looking at my laptop. Happy news, I guess, exciting news for me. Semi Sane opened back up. The Semi Sane Facebook group opened back up, and they are accepting new members again. So I applied and was accepted. So now I'm in the Semi Sane group, and I'm excited. But then I started looking at the challenges as well, and I'm like, oh my god, I really must be insane. And I get that's the point. I'm like, but I must be insane to want to do this. I'm not going to do all of the challenges, just like with School of Magical Stitches. I'm not going to bend over backwards and stress myself out trying to do everything, but I'm going to give it a good go. So like the 3 things from there that is happening like right now that I'm interested in, I guess there's 4 technically, but don't you just love it when your mind just blanks all of a sudden? So they do the alphabet soup, which I think has been going all year. I've heard a lot about it, where they just, every couple weeks they do the next letter of the alphabet, and you have to stitch on something that starts with that letter, like either the design name or the designer's name. And I know they're on V, and like, I don't have anything that has a V, so I won't be doing that, but I know that's what's happening. I think the other one that I won't be doing, just because I don't have enough whips for it to work, is their Connect 4 game. I really like that they've basically, I think it's great and clever that the challenges they have are based off of actual board games. That's really fun to me. So Connect 4 is the Connect 4 board game, and it's what it sounds like. You need to connect 4 different whips. They want 4 different designers as well. So 4 different whips by 4 different designers, and connect them with like an overarching theme. Cool. Awesome. Great. I'm sure I could do that if I had more whips, but I don't. I have a couple like book themed patterns, but I have like 2. If I wanted to try, I would probably do like a words, or like has words on them or something, but like they're all by the same designer. So like, A Year in Chalk November, and that's by Hands On Design. And Let's Talk Autumn, Hands On Design. Year in Chalk December, Hands On Design. Like, so it defeats the purpose because they're all completely different. And then, or they're different whips, but it's all the same designer. And so I don't have 4. Like I have, okay, so I have the words on November, and I have So I have, okay, Praise Him with Strings, that has words on it. That's a different one. That's by Lifted Spirit on Etsy. I just don't have a lot of whips. Or the ones I do have, they're in timeout. So I don't want to pull them out. I now that I'm actually sitting here talking it out, I have enough whips and I could do a Connect 4. But at least one of those I don't want to work on at all. I have no interest in stitching on it, and that sucks. But you know how it is. You lose your stitching bug, you lose your interest in a piece. Something happens, it's just not, but that's where I'm at. But I am interested in their Stitchagories, because one of my favorite games of all times is Scattergories. I love Scattergories. Scattergories is a great word game. It's a great fun thinking game. We played it at my work actually recently. And so they give you different categories. I'm going to read the categories. There's 5. Things that are cold, things that grow, ocean things, things in a kitchen, and parts of the body. So those are our 5 categories, and the letter for this week is F. So we're supposed to go through our whips, find something in the whip that starts with the letter F that belongs to those categories. It's really cool. So I can give you ideas. Things that are cold. Frost. Cool. Feet. You get cold feet before a wedding. Things that grow. Flowers, fauna, flora, frogs, like anything like that. Ocean things. Fish. Fronds. Food. Things in a kitchen. Food. Fruit. Like, yeah, forks. And parts of the body. I mean, and I saw someone ask this and they accepted it. You don't have to do just, fingers, feet, face. Someone asked about parts of the body on animals, like feathers or fur, and they accept that as well. So I've definitely got a couple things that I could do. But not necessarily for every category. But, so they're saying if you've got it, oh, that's really nice. So if you have, I just read the light version, not like there's a normal version. So if you find it, 250 stitches on that whip. So for example, for Praise Him with Strings, so the guitar goes over here, but surrounding the car are leaves. They're green. It's greenery. I would say things that grow. Flora and fauna, which is just another way of saying flowers. And I would do that. So then I could do 250 stitches, and that would count. But then say, okay, I don't have anything for ocean items, but if I don't have something, you can do 500 stitches on a whip with anything that has the letter of the week. So I could use that same whip and go, okay, I don't have any oceans thing, but I'm going to use Praise Him with Strings because it has the flora and fauna, and do 500 stitches, blah, blah, blah. But like, I've got things that are cold. I don't think I have anything that has cold. Anything that would be cold. Flora and fauna, things that grow. I don't have any ocean things. Things in a kitchen. I don't have anything with fruits or figs. I'm trying to think of one of the other things that I have, and it's just not. Parts of the body, I do have an owl that I could pull out, the little Mill Hill kit that has feathers. I have a little fox that has fur. It's also a fox, so I could use that for things that grow. Stuff like that. Anyways, I will be attempting it, but I'm not gonna because I don't have a lot of stuff that fits, I'm not going to go out of my way to make it fit. As I'm stitching, if I can get the stitches in, awesome, great. I do like that they have, and I just noticed it, that they have a light version where you only have to do 100 stitches per category. And then if you can't find an item, then it's 200 starting on the letter of the week, which is really nice. So if you just like 500's a lot or 250, like you know that's not manageable for you, you could do 100 or 200 and then get your stitches in. So that's really nice. For School of Magical Stitches, because it is the beginning of November, that means we are starting a whole bunch of new stuff. So we started a new book, and so we have a new book plus the first week of homework for November, plus the November extra credit was announced, and everything is really, really excited. So we finished the Villains series, and so now we're back to Kingdom Keepers, and we're ending the year with Kingdom Keepers because there's 2 more books. This one is book 6, and it's called Dark Passage. I've put that on hold, so it is on its way to me. I'm not a huge fan of the series. I've read them all as we've been doing them, but I'm just not, I don't know. It's just not really my thing. I read everything. I read children's books, I read young adult books, I read nonfiction, I read fiction, I read everything. And this just, I don't know. It just felt like it's above juvenile, but it's not quite young adult, and I just can't, there's not a good, I don't know. I'm not drawn in. I'm just really not as drawn in. I don't really remember what happens book to book. So when I pick up the next book, I'm like, what are we doing again? And that's okay. But I still read it. Because even if I don't necessarily enjoy it, I'm still pushing myself to read, and I'm reading something I wouldn't have read anyways. Plus, reading it helps give you an idea of what the homework is going to be like week to week, because everything is tied in. And so, Vicky will make the prompts for the tasks for the homework fit like the reading, what you would be like reading week by week in the book, which I do like. So it helps if you read the book. So this week, let's see if I can plan some of this. I've been thinking about it. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a lot of penalty stitches because I just don't have, and that's fine. That's totally fine. And you'll see some overlap because, and I'm sure it just kind of helps. Like, yeah, her prompts fit, but also it helps if it ties in for those of us that would be maybe in more than one group, then you can double dip your stitches, and so you don't have to do an exorbitant amount. Oh, the other thing of semi-sane that I mentioned, I said 4 and I only talked about 3. They're doing their like year-long thing, just like School of Magical Stitches has like a year-long challenge, which is basically how much can you stitch in a year. And that's the one for School of Magical Stitches is based off how many words are in the series, in both series we read. And Semi-Sane, it's places. I think it's miles or something, but it's how many you like stitch to get to places, and that's also really cool. And I know there's something like that in School of Magical Stitches too, but that's too much for me. So like I don't do that. I just kind of ignore that. Anyway, so first task this week. I like the title for this week's homework too. It's called Evil Ladies. Stitch on something that has an ocean animal. I don't have anything with an ocean animal, so I will be doing the 300 penalty on that. Stitch on a whip with an animal in the canine family. I have not pulled it out, but I do have, like I mentioned, I have a fox. It's real small. It's just supposed to be like a little like keychain stitch, but I do have a fox. And I was watching the homework video, which I highly recommend go watch that because it gives you a lot of great ideas and answers questions where someone asked, is a fox considered a canine? And the answer is yes. Stitch on a whip that has something used for communication. State what it is. I'm going to use Praise Him with Strings because it has a guitar and you can play music with guitar, and music is a way to communicate. And then stitch on something that is submerged, tell what it is. This one stumped me for a little bit. I was like, I don't have any underwater whips. I don't have anything like that. Then they started talking about things that it could be encased in something or trapped within something. And I do have a Christmas, I showed it. I'm not going to dig it out. I'm going to make a lot of noise. I have a Christmas whip that has presents, and you could say like the gift is encased in the wrapping paper. So if I really want to go that route, I can pull that out. I don't know if I want to. I might just do penalty stitches so I can get some of these knocked out. And then the last one is stitch on something that could be used as a voodoo doll. I don't know. I don't have a lot of, like, I finished this little one, like, she would have been perfect because she's a human. If I pull out my fox, which I think I might do, I could use the fox, because it is a living creature, and you could use that as some, like, for someone who absolutely adores foxes or resonates with a fox or whatever, like, that would be a voodoo doll for them. So there was that. I'm trying to use my desktop mouse to use my laptop. Oh, I'm tired. Can you tell? So that was the homework. The book is Dark Passages. We just have to read that. There is extra credit reading, and I have looked at that because I have a couple books that I have been wanting to read, and this is also where I will mention what I've been reading. So I started Three Dark Crowns by Blake last Wednesday. I started it, really enjoying it so far, so I was using it for a book with triplets. I obviously didn't finish it because I started it with like 2 days of the month left. But the alternate reading task for this month is to read a book that has red, blue, white, green, and yellow on the cover. And I pulled up an image of Three Dark Crowns, and it has all 5 colors, which is really, really nice. The crowns have the different colors on them. So one of the crowns has like red rubies, or like has red flames on it with blue like sapphires. One of the crowns is yellow with green emeralds, and then another one has like white flowers on it. So bing bang bong, ta-da, I can use that. One of the other ones is read a book where the main character has a team helping them, and I just started, I like to read multiple things. I just started The Ghouls Next Door, A Bad Night for Bullies. This is a juvenile fiction book. I really enjoy it so far. So it's the series. The series is called The Ghouls Next Door, and then the title is A Bad Night for Bullies. And it's this little guy, this boy named Harold. He's in a wheelchair, and he lives, and then a famous horror writer moves in next door with his 2 daughters, and spooky things start happening. So that's what's going on there. It's really cute so far. I just started today, and I'm already several chapters in. I think it'll be a quick read because I really enjoy it so far. I think I'm going to try and make that work as a team helping them, because the main character is Harold, and I've already gotten to the point where it discusses how he gets bullied because he has special needs and he's in a wheelchair, and he meets these 2 girls, and they team up to help him stand up against the bullies. So I'm going to say they're his team. Read a book set in New Orleans where black magic is practiced. So this one I had questions about. So I'm like, do we just need to read a book that's set in New Orleans? Or do we need to read a book that's set in New Orleans and black magic is being practiced? It's a little vague. It's not that clear. I know I have a book, and I want to say it's called Black Magic, and it's set in New Orleans, but I don't know. I'm going to have to, like, figure that one out. I'm going to have to look that one up, because I know I don't have anything at home that, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head that would fit. Read a book with a character who has red hair. Those are easy enough to find. Sure, there's so many books. There is a book I have called, that I'm borrowing from the library right now, called The Snow Fell 3 Graves Deep. It's a young adult novel, and it's supposed to be like a retelling of the Donner Party incident from like the perspective of the people who were there, and like as they go insane and stuff and eat each other. Someone in that book might have red hair. I don't know. I'll find out. I'm probably going to read it. I am going to read it. And then read a book where the characters visit an island. Name the island. I don't know if I have anything right now, but again, not too bad. I can find that. I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, what else? I finished listening to 212 by Alistair Burke. That was very good. That was really good. I didn't see one of the twists coming. I really didn't. So yeah, that was good. I also finished listening to The Stand. I just finished that as well. Same thing. It was good. I'm glad to be done with it though. But as I am slowly working my way through Stephen King's bibliography, so the next one on my list, and it's sitting on my desk at work. I like to listen to his works instead of trying to like sit down and read them. I am going to listen to, it's called The Long Walk. It was when he was writing as Richard Bachman. So, and that one is also like post-apocalyptic America, only it's like Hunger Games-esque, it seems like, where every year they have a tournament and they gather the boys and have them walk, and they have to walk like 500 miles and maintain a set pace, otherwise they get warnings, and if they get so many warnings they get a ticket, and then something happens, and I'm going to assume death because it's Stephen King. So I'm going to read that. I don't think that's going to be set in New Orleans, but I bet there's black magic. That's my next like audiobook, since I just finished both of the other audiobooks I was listening to, and I like to have an audiobook as well. But it's sitting on my desk at work, so I will probably start that tomorrow at work if I have time and I don't have to check. If I don't have to check anything, which I already know that I do, but yeah. That is the good thing about my job, that if I don't have to check a movie or listen to CD or an audiobook or something, I can then listen to what I want to listen, and so I could listen to an audiobook of my choice. So that was the extra credit reading. And then finally we have the extra credit stitching. I don't think I've looked at the extra credit stitching at all yet. Let's see what the November one is. I know October was the spell out. This one is, oh no, I did. Yeah, oh, I did look at this, just I didn't think about it yet. Blah, 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 blah. First one, stitch on a whip that has 2 animals that you can put together to make a villain. I don't think I have anything that has animals on it currently. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. So, probably won't be doing that one. I am so sorry. I am just worn out. Oh my gosh. I have to like text my husband that I'm out for the count. So I don't have anything with animals. Well, actually, I'm sure it does. I can look at it again. When Long Dong... Y'all, I just said Long Dong. I'll leave it at that. Long Dog Sampler released their pandemic pattern. Fitting, right? And they made it for free. I snagged it and I have it saved to my big boy computer, not on my laptop. I'm sure there's animals on there. But do I really want to start it? Do I want to go down that road and start pandemic? I don't have fabric for it. I don't even know what colors I would want to use for it. Even though black seems really fitting. Just ugly colors. What if I just did that? Just picked like really dark, ugly colors. Like yucky greens and browns and yellows and do like gross things. I'm sure there's animals. That could be an idea. Look it up. I don't know. Stitch. Number 2. Stitch on something that can be broken and then glued back together. I mean, I could say, you could break the cap off of an acorn on the November urine chalk. You could break the cap off an acorn. A unicorn? I am tired. An acorn and glue it back together. Hi, baby girl. Oh, here we go. Pet time. Here's the pet minute. Come here, Kennedy. Look at this big girl. Look at her. Hi, baby girl. Everyone loves her. We took her trick-or-treating with us when we walked around the corner, and she was the star of the show. Everybody loved her, and everybody wanted to pet her and see her. And I get it, she's cute, but she's my baby. Yes. Okay, good girl. She had to come say hi. Glued, yes. So acorn caps, not unicorn caps. Acorn caps. I guess theoretically I could say you could break a guitar if it was like a mini guitar, like a toy guitar. Blah, 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 blah. Number 3, stitch on a whip that has taken the place of another in becoming the favorite to work on. Ooh, I mean, I feel like you could definitely, I could be anything, really. I do love Praise Him with Strings, but I really need to put stitches in, I need to put stitches in both of them. But I really need to put stitches in November because I want to have that done and have an FFO and put it up sometime during this month and start on December. But then at the same time, I want to finish Praise Him with Strings because it's supposed to be a gift. So I think I'll use one of those. Like which one is the favorite. Then number 4, stitch on a whip that caused you to get into trouble with your significant other, your checkbook, or your skill level. This bitch. This bitch is what is causing me to get in trouble. It's making me get in trouble with my eyes. Like, I am not that old, okay? And I feel like I'm my grandmother because I can't see the holes on this fabric. And then last but not least, they're doing like their world showcase. So that means, we're gonna be in Mexico, and so you get to watch a movie that features from one of those places, and you take a picture. You can stitch on whatever you want. It's not a knot counting. It's just a stitch while you watch a movie, and it's a way to have extra points. And because we're in Mexico, there's only 2 movies, and it's either, I know I'm gonna say this wrong, but it's like the Donald Duck one, the Caballeros. I'm sorry. I think the Caballeros. Maybe. I'm so sorry. Or Coco. And I have not seen Coco, but I know it's a tearjerker. I might have to like rope my son into watching that with me. or we just do it as like a family movie night, and we all watch Coco, and then we all cry, and it's fine. But that's where I'm at. Yeah. That's about it. That's where I'm at. Books, movies. I haven't watched anything. I really haven't. I've been watching a lot of YouTube this past week. I kind of hit a wall with Midsummer Murders. I was about to start season 7, and I borrowed it from the library, and then I just hit a wall and didn't even watch any of it, which kind of sucks. I love that show. I want to get back into it, so I'll probably try and put it on hold again and try and actually get into it. You just hear my dog. He like sighed. I can't talk. It's time to end this. But yeah, didn't watch anything. Just lots of YouTube, lots of Flosstube, just chilling at home. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end it here. Peace out. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do something. I'm either gonna go read some more because I am really enjoying the ghouls. I like to try and get like an hour of reading in. So yeah, I think I'm gonna read for a little bit and then do some stitching. I gotta make some dinner for me and the boy. But yeah, this was fun. We'll talk again soon. So I'll see everyone later, and have a great week. Happy stitching, happy reading, happy watching, happy listening. Enjoy, and I'll talk to y'all later.